So in January of 2011, a computer machine beat out two of Jeopardy's best players combined. This machine was IBM's Watson. Welcome, fellow students. I'm Malika Graddick, and standing next to me is Lauren Warren, and we are here to inform you guys about IBM's Watson. So today we will be discussing what exactly Watson is, how it's currently being in use, and the future of Watson for our generation. So what is Watson? Watson is a question-answering computer system capable of answering questions posed in natural language. Natural language being the interaction between human and computer. So some scientists reading up on the Jeopardy are predicting that Watson is going to be the most advanced computer question-answering machine that we have. So Watson, it's a computer question-answering machine. So how does it learn? So first, it gathers all the material, downloads all the material in a current subject, like documents, PDFs, publications, research. And then from there, it will analyze it. Just as we analyze homeworks that we get received, we analyze it, they analyze it. And then after that, experts will come in and give it some question-answering pairings that it will train itself on the subject. And then from there, it will just learn on the specific subject, like cancer. It will all bring together. And through its, machine life, it will continually be updated with new publications and research just to keep it up to date on that specific subject. From there, how does it answer questions? So a question is asked. It will go through millions of documents and pick out thousands of possible evidence. And then from there, it will go through a scoring a logarithm to evaluate which evidence will be the most qualifying. And then from there, it will put it on a ranking scale, and then it will give you the percent of what it thinks the best answer is. So now that I've given you guys a foundation of what Watson is, I'm going to pass it off to Lauren for her to speak on how it's being used now.
Okay, currently Watson is being used in a couple of different areas. Firstly, I'm going to touch on health. It takes a typical researcher a month to read just 23 scientific papers, making it inhumanly possible to keep up with the ever-growing body of scientific material. So the University of Baylor scientists started using Watson-powered cognitive computing system to accelerate their cancer research, unlock patterns, make discoveries with greater precision to improve diagnosis and treatment plans. And at USAA is offering IBM's Watson Engagement Advisor to help military men and women transition into civilian life. So Watson analyzed and understands more than 3,000 documents exclusive to military transitions and can answer questions from all these military individuals into how they can improve their life and what their transition will be like to give answers to those who need it most. Also, Watson is in businesses. There's a lot of different ways it's being used in businesses, but I'm going to touch on a couple. So Watson Analytics makes sense of raw feeds of data. So it understands and can compute all the unstructured data that businesses have, which is a lot of it. Its predictive analytics can pull up facts and statistics that may have been ignored by the business. In HR, it can help you figure out which employees are at risk of leaving and give steps to help encourage them to stay. And I thought this funny one, Chef Watson. So Watson is working with world-class chefs at the Institute of Culinary Education to discover entirely new flavor combinations. This helps to demonstrate the nearly infinite possibilities of Watson, and they're going to be releasing a cookbook in April, so that'll be interesting. And to move from the current usage, I'm going to move on to the future. I'm going to touch on the health right now. Watson could could provide any doctor in the world with the best opinions from the world's experts. Watson could look through cases from years past and that turned out successful and look to ways to work the case in the best way to help the individual. Watson's knowledge banks will alter how well humans make decisions. Watson also will analyzes not just words, but may analyze images as well. So you could send in a photo of maybe a spider bite, and he'll be able to diagnose like what type of spider bit the human. Watson may be able to discern with environmental factors and situational factors of yourself what may be wrong with you in anything. So obviously there's like endless possibilities with what you could do with the data banks of knowledge that Watson has. So I'm going to pass it off to Nika for the conclusion.
Alrighty. So to conclude everything, just to summarize what we talked about, I talked about what Watson is, the mechanics, how it works, how it learns. And then we moved on to what is going on right now with Watson in the health field and the business field, and then concluding it with the future and an example of it eventually doctors are going to go to it for advice on specific diagnosis. So I'm going to end it with this quote by Thomas Watson Jr. Our machines should be nothing more than tools for extending the powers of the human beings who use them. Thank y'all, and if y'all have any questions.